If you walk past a circus, you might notice a strange phenomenon involving the elephants. These are creatures that weigh 12,000 pounds. They can uproot trees and flip cars, yet they are often tethered to a small wooden stake by a flimsy rope. Physically, the elephant could snap the rope without even noticing. But it doesn't try. It stands there, docile and defeated. Why? Because when the elephant was a baby, it was tied with the same rope. Back then, it was too small to break it. It pulled and pulled, but the rope held. Eventually, the baby elephant learned a brutal lesson. Struggle is useless. As it grew massive and powerful, that belief remained calcified in its mind. It never tested the rope again. This is the tragedy of learned helplessness. It is the psychological state where an individual possesses the power to change their situation, but they have lost the belief that their actions matter. Millions of human beings are living like this elephant. We stay in jobs we hate, relationships that abuse us, and habits that kill us, not because we are trapped, but because at some point in our past we learned that the door was locked, and we never checked it again. The scientific basis for this concept comes from a controversial and dark experiment conducted in 1967 by psychologist Martin Seligman. He placed dogs into a shuttle box, a cage divided into two sides by a low barrier. On one side, the floor could generate a painful electric shock. On the other side, it was safe. In the first phase, Seligman took a group of dogs and subjected them to shocks that they could not escape. No matter what the dog did, barking, jumping, biting, the shock continued. The dog eventually gave up and laid down, whining. Then Seligman moved these dogs to the shuttle box. He turned on the shock. All the dog had to do was jump over the low barrier to the safe side. It was easy. But the dogs didn't jump. They laid down on the shocking floor and took the pain. They had learned that their actions had no effect on the outcome, so they didn't even try to escape when the exit was right in front of them. This is the terrifying mechanism of the human mind. If you go through a period of life, perhaps childhood poverty or a controlling parent or a series of failures, where you truly have no control, your brain rewires itself. It disconnects the link between effort and result. You stop looking for the exit because you have accepted the pain as inevitable. This condition manifests in humans through what psychologists call explanatory style. This is the story you tell yourself about why things go wrong. People with learned helplessness have a pessimistic explanatory style, defined by 3 Ps: permanent, pervasive, and personal. If they fail a job interview, they think, "I will never get a job," permanent. "I am bad at everything," pervasive. And "it is because I am stupid," personal. This creates a psychological prison. If the problem is permanent and personal, then there is no point in trying to fix it. This is why intelligent people often fail, while less intelligent people succeed. The successful person often has an optimistic explanatory style. When they fail, they think, "I didn't get this specific job," temporary. "I am still good at other things," specific. And "I need to prepare better next time," external, changeable. They view failure as feedback, not a verdict. The motivationairy insight here is that your life is not shaped by the events that happen to you, but by the way you explain those events to yourself. The chain holding the elephant is not made of rope, it is made of words. The most important part of Seligman's research is the discovery that helplessness can be unlearned. This is the concept of learned optimism. Just as the dogs learned to give up, they could be taught to try again. In later experiments, researchers had to physically pick up the dogs and move their legs to show them they could jump the barrier. After doing this a few times, the dogs realized they had agency and they recovered. For humans, we cannot be physically carried. We have to carry ourselves. The cure for learned helplessness is agency. You must prove to your brain that your actions matter. You do this by setting micromanagement goals so small you cannot fail. If you are depressed and can't clean your house, don't try to clean the house. Try to pick up one sock. When you pick up the sock, your brain registers a win. It sees that you intended to do X, and you did X. This rebuilds the neural pathway between intent and result. You slowly increase the weight. You reclaim your territory inch by inch. We live in a society that often encourages helplessness. We are told that the economy is rigged, that the system is broken, that we are victims of our circumstances. While systemic issues are real, adopting the psychology of the victim is the surest way to ensure you never overcome them. If you believe the game is rigged, you won't play. And if you don't play, you lose by default. To break the chains of the mind, you have to become a scientist of your own life. You have to test the ropes. Maybe the thing that stopped you 5 years ago isn't there anymore. Maybe you are stronger now. Maybe the door is unlocked. You will never know unless you stand up, pull on the rope, and try to walk away. The only thing stopping the elephant is the memory of the past. Don't let your history become your jailer.